cultivators. Welcome to Podcasting is Forbidden in the Cloud Recesses, the only lesbian-hosted podcast about ancestor of the demon Taoism. I'm Roy, aka Papa Croak.
Papa Croak!
Sorry.
Wow, that sucks.
Yeah.
And I'm Fallon, aka Wen Young.
Hey!
He's here. He's here. I'm so excited that he's here.
He's here.
The babyest boy.
He's the babyest boy. He's just a little boy.
And I forgot up until we read this chapter that it was set up like this, where we got like, hey, I'm Wen Yang, do you remember me? And then we immediately get the flashback, which I enjoy, especially considering my attention span is 4 seconds long.
Your attention span is the same as Wei Wuxian's.
So when a book goes, hey, I'm this character, remember me from this? I go, no. And then it shows me where they're from, and I go, ah. Thank you.
That was Wen Yang saying, hey, remember me? I was the archery boy.
Yeah.
And Wei Wuxian said, oh yes, I remember the archery boy.
The plot rememberer has logged on.
Mr. Plot Rememberer is here.
That's me, folks.
First name Plot, last name Rememberer.
That's fucking it.
We're here, we're back, we're remembering plots. We took a little Christmas break, a little holiday break.
A little bit of a holiday break.
As a treat.
Yeah.
And we're back. We have seen 4 episodes of QQ.
We have seen 4 episodes of QQ.
We don't have to dwell on each of them, but I do want to just do a quick little rundown because 2 of them were extremely fucking good.
My biggest thing with QQ as it stands is how delighted I am at how gay they seem to be allowed to make it.
Bitch.
Like, wow. Especially the latest one.
So, let's lead up to the latest one because it's the gayest and best.
We're definitely...
It's the best and gayest, and we have to lead up to it. So first off, we have Shichen the Enabler.
Oh my god.
Tell me he isn't just using this as an excuse to get turned. He says, oh, my brother is sad, let me get twisted about it.
Yeah, he's turning up. Him and Lan Wangji turn up together, and it's basically an entire episode of Shichen enabling Lan Wangji's worst drunk habits.
He fucking comes up on Wangji being sad about dead Wei Ying, and going into his mind palace and having Wei Ying annoying moments cringe compilation.
Yeah. And he said, hey, let's get drunk about it.
Yeah, hey, you missing your dead not boyfriend? You having a sad about it? Do you want to go make some trouble?
You'll go make some trouble, bud.
Let's go to the Harris Teeter at 10 p.m. and make some trouble.
And Lan Wangji said, yeah, okay.
So they go make trouble.
They go make some trouble at the Harris Teeter at 10:30 p.m. And it's very good.
Mr. Grocery Store trouble.
Yes.
And then the next one after that is boys having a spat. Little boys do argument.
Boys fight.
It's a boys fight. Jin Liang and Lan Jingyi are like doing a pissing contest about who's the bigger, stronger, braver boy. And neither of them are.
Yeah, as it turns out.
Wangji and Shichen come up to like completely piss on everything Jingyi tries to talk about.
Yeah, as it turns out they're lying for clout.
Yeah, and Jiang Cheng comes up to do the same for Jin Liang. It's good. The one after that is Wei Ying, right after he gets brought to the cloud recesses, trying to bust out, trying to Kool-Aid Man his way out of the cloud recesses.
Break every possible rule he can.
Yeah, he says, I am going to make trouble on purpose. I will cause problems on purpose, but unfortunately, all that gets him is being bondage roped.
Yeah, sometimes you just get bondage roped.
Sometimes the only fitting punishment is shibari. I don't make the rules, I just follow them.
It makes sense to me.
It says it on the wall.
Does it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ask Lan An about it. Take it up with Lan An.
Yeah, Lan An really prioritized the bondage.
I'm pointing at it. Look at it. It's right
torture.
there. Do you see it?
Oh yeah. Yeah, from the list of cloud recesses rules we have on our wall.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we have it carved into our apartment wall. It's going to cause us a lot when we try to move out of here, but whatever.
It's okay, it was worth it for the meme.
Yeah. And then the last one is the gayest one. So
Wei Wuxian comes across this little, like, I can't describe it as anything other than like a shrine.
Yeah.
What did they say it was?
Well, first off, the episode opens up with a cameo appearance by a hoot hoot, and then
it's just fucking chilling in the foreground.
It's just
and then we get nothing else about it.
Yeah, they're in like spooky abandoned town, and they come up on a wall that has some fancy flyers. I think it's in a shrine. I think you're right. There's a very fancy, handsome-looking Lan Wangji chibi poster. And it's an 11x17 glossy canvas print.
And he's looking so crisp.
He is looking fucking crisp. Bro, Mr. 300 DPI.
He's so beautiful. They got every detail down to a T. And then it turns to the one next to it, and they're like, wow, who the fuck is this guy? It's like this nasty little boy.
It's a Monster Factory creation.
It's a Monster Factory creation. And they look down, and it's the Yeeling Patriarch!
And Wei Wuxian is so offended, he starts, like, watering up. His eyes start watering up.
He's like... And Wei Wuxian is still in Mushuanyu mode.
Yeah.
So he's like, but I was historically really hot! Like, why is this happening to me? I'm being victimized. And discriminated against. And Lan Wangji's like,
He's just staring at it, and he's got, like, big googly eyes at it.
Yeah, he's really thinking very hard about it.
He is thinking so damn hard, and then a little later, Wei Ying comes back up on the same wall, and Wangji there, and he's doing vandalism. He has, I guess, taken down... I don't know whether
he's doing vandalism, and Wei Wuxian at first is afraid that he's, taking it down because he hates the Yiling Laozu.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, oh shit, well, it had the Yiling Laozu on it, of course. He's gonna be upset about it.
Mm-hmm.
And then Lan Wangji steps away, and it's like this beautiful portrait of Wei Wuxian.
It's gorgeous.
And Wei Wuxian had said before, when they first saw the picture, he was like, I was described as an attractive man. And Lan Wangji steps away from the picture, and it's this beautiful picture of him, and Wei Ying's like, oh my god, Lan Wangji! And Lan Wangji's like, an attractive man.
And then Wei Ying turns red.
He's like, oh my god, Lan Wangji, you shouldn't have said that to me!
You can't just say that, you gotta warn me before you say something like that,
I hate that that's canon.
He's just fucking... Why is he like this?
He's such a baby. I love it.
Why is he like this?
But he gets really embarrassed, and then he thanks Long John, and it's so important to have a beautiful representation of the baby boy everywhere you go.
Yeah.
It's so important.
So, I don't remember if we didn't see, or if it was just, because I want to say all we saw were, like, funny cartoon clouds of action.
Yeah.
But did Lan Wangji, like, did he take the poster and, like, draw over it, or did he get an entire new one made?
Now, I can't tell.
Did he,
my assumption is that he drew an entirely new one, just overnight.
And he went over to the Ancient Chinese Vampire Times FedEx.
Yeah.
And he got it printed.
He got it blowed up.
He got it blowed up.
He got it blued up.
He got it blued up, and now it's there for everybody in the completely abandoned city to see.
Yeah, 100%. It's very important to have accurate representation.
Everybody in the hoot hoot.
Everybody and the hoot hoot especially needs to see.
Especially hoot hoot.
The hoot hoot has to witness how beautiful Wei Wuxian was in the original body.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, you can get hoot hoot.
Where you can get hoot hoot?
Oh, what if he had a hoot hoot, though?
I really like that. That's very sweet.
Round. We did read some traptors? Trashters. Because these were not fun. We did have the levity
chapters of Modazushi written by the band Trapped.
Ugh.
I think that'd be really bad.
It was Trapped...
They're the anti-maskers, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, God. Are they
like
really?
Anti-COVID people. Yeah,
Ew.
they're really stupid. And they always make a bunch of, like, really embarrassing, like, tweets. And they have, like, tens of thousands of followers, probably. And they get, like, like 2 instances of interaction on every single post because they're stupid.
Oh no.
It's pretty funny. Yeah.
Hold on. I want to, yeah, hold on.
Check it out. It kind of
Hold on, fuck. Oh my fucking god, their account got deleted.
Yeah, so we took a peek, and it looks like either their account has been suspended, deleted, or just completely removed entirely from the website, because we looked up Trapped, and we can't find their Twitter. And we've got fucking Eve 6 going, let Trapped back on here so they can at me and I can ignore them. And then we got
Virginia delegate Lee J. Carter, who is running for governor of the state of Virginia. Please vote for him.
Vote for him.
Says, I think it's the opposite of a Trapped situation, captioned on a screen cap of 3 Eve 6 tweets in a row, whose display name is Vertical Horizon.
Vertical Horizontal.
Vertical Horizontal! That's even better. But Eve 6 says, I had a famous song in the 90s and I can't afford healthcare. Rich people don't go to heaven. Stop manufacturing scarcity. Just give everyone what they need to have a decent life. Headstrong, I'll take you on.
Headstrong, ain't going anywhere. God.
That fucking song was, like, my brother's favorite song when he was 9 and, like, at his absolute worst. He went through, like, an emo teen phase when, like, before he started puberty. He got it out of the way real quick.
Thank God.
But that's what I always think of. When I think Trapped, I think a small, awkward boy feeling sad.
Wow. Wow, when I was 9... Back then...
It's little boy sadness.
Wow, when I was 9, I was really, really into Blink-182 and Inuyasha, so I think he's doing a little bit better than I was at that point.
He was also into Green Day, because that was like...
I was really into Green Day, too!
Yeah, it was like...
So, like, I can't say shit.
Yeah, dude, it was prime American Idiot time.
It was!
You two are the same age, so it's the same shit.
We are the same age. He's a little bit older than me, which...
By a month.
I don't appreciate it.
How dare he be born a month before
I
you?
don't appreciate it.
It's offensive to my sensibilities.
Since he's your baby brother.
He is.
So it's weird sometimes. I'm like, man, I feel like I'm the opposite of robbing the cradle.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
My brother is huge.
He's fucking gigantic. He looks like he's 35 years old.
He's really big. He started doing facial hair because he's 25 going on 26.
Yeah, he feels like it now.
Yeah,
I guess he felt like it was time to grow a beard.
Yeah, it's obligate facial hair time. He's so big.
He got a bunch of beard stuff for Christmas, so that's how you know he's into it.
He's becoming a beard guy.
He's becoming a beard guy.
He's becoming beard pilled.
Ew.
That's what he got for Christmas, was a prescription for beard pills.
Jesus Christ. I didn't know he was going on testosterone. I'm so proud of him.
We need to get my brother on this podcast because everybody needs to hear what I would sound like after like 8 or 10 months on T.
Yeah.
Because it's what my brother sounds like.
Yeah.
Christ.
But aside from Trapped.
Aside from this being a podcast about Roy's brother.
It's about Roy's brother and Trapped. It's a dual podcast.
This is a podcast also... incidentally about Modao Zushi Chinese media property. And we read chapter 58 and chapter 59. For whatever reason in my head when I was saying those, they didn't sound like numbers that came sequentially.
Mm.
Why? Anyway.
But these are the last 2 chapters of Poissons?
We have one more after this.
We have one more Poissons.
Yeah, but it's chapter 58 and 59, Poisons part 3 and 4. And I'm gonna read some summaries.
Yeah.
I think. So, chapter 58, again, we are right where we left off. Madame Yu's maids kill all of the Wen disciples that are here.
Absolutely.
And Wang Lingjiao starts hollering for young Master Wen and Wen Zhuliu. And right when Madame Yu is about to kill her, the man himself, the core-melting hand of Wen Zhuliu, busts in.
The large man.
Mr. Yowie Hands. Madame Yu calls him a sellout and says he's just on his grind. Or he says that, I should say. We go into his brain for a second to find out how much he hates the people he has to work for, but what's a bitch to do, basically. It's good. He and Madame Yu fight, and Wang Lingjiao gets away and hollers for more Wang boys. Shit just kind of super pops off then, like fighting breaks out everywhere. Madame Yu picks up Wei Wuxian and Jiang Cheng by their scruffs and drags them out and throws them into like a little rowboat. And the boys are like, what are we doing? What are we going to do about Shijie? Because Zhang Yanli is off visiting the extended family in Meishan. Madame Yu gets mad at Wei Wuxian and gives Zijian to Jiang Cheng. She says, he's the master of it now. And he's like, Mom, you're coming with us, right? And she gets extremely sentimental and affectionate about her good little baby boy whom she loves for the first time ever in her life, which is terrifying for everybody.
Yeah.
Then she tells Wei Wuxian she hates him and says that this is all his fault. Jiang Cheng realizes that basically all his mom can do is make sure that he and Wei Wuxian escape, but he's still, like, very having a bad time about it, understandably. Yeah. He's shocked and everything. Madame Yu, like, activates Zijian to tie them up and keep them in the boat, and she tells them to go to Meishan and find Jiang Yanli. She tells Wei Wuxian to protect Jiang Cheng, and Jiang Cheng tries to be like, but Dad isn't even home yet, and Madame Yu says, fuck your dad, he sucks, and then kicks the boat off, and so they float off. Jiang Cheng, like, struggles the whole time, and Wei Wuxian tries to be like, calm down, she's got this, which just makes Jiang Cheng more upset. Then they see a big epic boat, and it's Zhang Fengmian's boat. He's coming back. The divorce boat is rolling back into the alimony dock.
Jesus.
He comes over, he like hops into the boat from, I guess, off of his sword, I think, and he's like, what is going on? And to everybody's surprise, Zijian lets him untie the boys. They tell him what happened. Then he reties them up with Zijian and tells them to do the same shit Madame Yu told them to do, and he takes off.
It's like when you go to one parent to ask if you can do something, and they're like, no. And then you go to the other parent, and they're like, well, what did your mom say?
She said
no. Then it's no. Get going.
No, let me tie you up. God. Get tied up again.
Get Baba Booeyed.
Get Baba Booeyed! So after a long time floating, Zijian finally loosens up so the boys immediately be boys and disobey their parents by paddling with their hands all the way back to the Lotus Pier. And it's very unsettling because it kind of looks the same from the outside. They find a spot where they can, like, peek in from the outside, and there's just, like, nothing but dead Zhangs and alive Wens. They duck out of the way right as Wei Wuxian notices a very soft-looking Wen boy.
Very soft-looking, very handsome Wen boy.
He has on a little sailor suit, and he's got sweet little ringlets, and he's licking a big lollipop.
He's got a giant lollipop in his hands.
He's pushing a hoop around with a stick. And he pushes his hoop on a stick into the next chapter.
He's having a little sweetie.
He's having a lolly. So then we go into chapter 59. Which is Poisons Part 4. And Wei Wuxian is worried that they've been spotted, but then he hears a different voice. A couple of voices, actually, and it's Wen Xiao and Wang Lingjiao, and they're, like, literally speaking ill of the dead. They're talking shit about... Yeah, they're talking shit about Zhang Fengmian and Madame Yu, like, right in front of their corpses, because, they're dead. We hate it. Wei Wuxian...
And that's how we discover that they're dead.
Yeah, this is how we learn this. Wei Wuxian and Jiang Cheng listen for a while, but can only take so much of it before they just kind of, like, can't do it anymore, and they run away into the woods. And then Jiang Cheng just stops in his tracks, and he is mad now. And he wants to go back to the Lotus Pier and get his parents' bodies, but Wei Wuxian is like, you can get revenge later, it's too dangerous right now. And Jiang Cheng says, fuck you, this is your fault for saving Lan Wangji and making trouble, fuck Lan Wangji, fuck Jin Zixuan, fuck you. And he's like choking Wei Wuxian out, but Wei Wuxian manages to snap him out of it, and he just breaks down, and then they both break down.
Yeah.
Hate to see it. The next day, after some urging, Wei Wuxian gets Jiang Cheng up and moving so they can start trying to get to Meishan so they can meet back up with Zhang Yanli. And JC is just completely despondent. He's like, remember in one of the cues where there were funny moving vegetables?
Yeah.
It's like that, but the sad version.
Jesus Christ.
They end up in, like, some city, and while Wei Wuxian goes off to find food, Jiang Cheng disappears. And Wei Wuxian realizes that he probably ran off to go back to the Lotus Pier, and he's like, God damn it, great. But he runs for the whole rest of the day, and he never catches up to him or even sees him, and he's really scared at that point. But he gets to the Lotus Pier, and he still can't find him. He funny football tackles the first person in Wen robes that he sees. And surprise, surprise, it's the soft-looking Wen boy they'd seen the night before. And he's got a stutter, and he's very deferential to Wei Wuxian, and he says, I'm Wen Yang, and he's like, hey, remember me from the discussion conference a while back? I was a little archery boy. And Wei Wuxian says, what the fuck you mean archery? Oh. Yeah. And Wen Yang's like, I saw you guys last night, but don't worry, I didn't snitch. And Wei Wuxian is, like, kind of debating how he can use Wen Yang here, and then Wen Yang is like, hey, I'm, like, in the Wen family and not just in the sect, so I've got guys. Like, I can get you to Jiang Cheng pretty easy. And Wei Wuxian is like, why am I thinking I can take this dude hostage? There's, like, a million Wens here and one me.
I love how Wen Yang's like, yeah, I got shooters. And Wei Wuxian's like, shooters? He's like, no, not shooters, just shooters.
Just shooters. Wei Wuxian mentions Zhang Fengmian and Madame Yu, and Wen Yang is like, okay, well, I can try to get their bodies back, and he leaves. Wei Wuxian is still kind of debating whether or not he can trust him, but then he comes back, and he's got a Jiang Cheng in tow, and he's unconscious, and he looks like shit.
Absolute shit.
Turns out, he got caught, and he got the shit beaten out of him. Wen Yang says, we can't stay here, come hide on my cool boat, so they go and do that. And while Wei Wuxian, like, tends to Jiang Cheng's wounds, he has a flashback about when he wet Men Yang, and Wei Wuxian had stumbled across him while he was doing archery alone, and he was very good at it, but he was very timid, and blah blah blah. He got nervous when he actually had to show off his skills. Wen Xiao called him cringe, but then Wei Wuxian said, actually, my man, you're based, just be confident, and by the time the flashback ends, the boat has arrived in Yiling, and the chapter ends also.
Yep, that's it for us.
Many thing.
So that's all for the podcast today. Good night.
Just Roy talking, just us discussing butt rock band Trapped, and then me talking about what happened for 11 minutes.
Yes.
It's good. Why don't we read this damn thing? We got
let's read the chapter.
Yeah, we got a Madame Yu, we got some ladies, many lady.
So yeah, they immediately start killing the Wen sect because I guess Madame Yu knows the jig's up pretty much. Yeah, she's just gonna have her last. She's gonna have her last little hurrah before they kill her. And fucking Wang Lingjiao is still under the impression that anything she says is going to have any kind of effect on Madame Yu whatsoever. And she's like, you know what? You think young Master Wen is going to be happy when he hears about this? You think he'll let you go?
Remember you had a really good voice for her?
Do you remember? You think that you can silence me? You think young Master Wen doesn't know that I'm here today? You think that he'll let you go after he knows about this?
And then Yinju, one of the maids, is like, you sound as if he's let us go already.
I am close to young Master Wen. I'm the closest one. If you dare do anything to me, he'll... and then Madame Yu gets one more good slap in.
Oh yeah, she get that... and she says, he'll do what? Cut our hands and our legs off? Or burn down our residence? Or lead thousands of people to raise Lotus Pier to the ground? Build a supervision office?
I like how that last one is like the worst superlative you can get.
You don't fucking build bureaucracy on my house.
Absolutely not. Madame Yu is having none of this shit. And Jinju is there, and Wang Lingjiao is terrified, and she's like, somebody help! Wen Zhuliu, help me! Sorry, that is the worst voice.
It's the worst voice, but she's one of the worst people, so... You know,
it's definitely the voice of someone who is truly cruel at heart, as we learn she is.
Yeah. So then some big dude fucking Kool-Aid Man's inside.
Kool-Aid Man's inside right on time, and it's Wen Zhuliu.
It's old core melting hand, and Madame Yu is like, core melting hand?
Core melting hand.
Do you want to be him?
Oh yeah, Wen Zhuliu is like, oh God, what should his voice be?
Oh, that's a good question.
It's like a Nathan Explosion vibe.
Oh, yeah.
Violet Spider.
That one's we're gonna workshop it.
I'm glad we aren't doing this 10 chapters ago because I absolutely immediately would have made you do that voice for NMJ.
It's not too late.
What could have been? I think he has like one speaking line.
Yeah, you're right.
Later on.
I'll make it count later. It's fine. We'll just remember it. And Wang Lingzhou is like, oh my god, Wen Zhuliu, help me now.
Everyone in Madame Yu's lines is a big epic own speech. It rules. Wen Zhuliu, core melting hand, isn't your original name Zhao Zhuliu? Your surname clearly wasn't Wen, but you wanted to change your surname no matter what. Everyone's rushing like ducklings. Is the surname of those Wen dogs really that precious? Turning your back on your ancestors? How laughable.
Each serves their own master.
I like the hesitation. It's very, how many drops of blood are there?
Oh god, and Wang Lingzhou is pissed that he's not just like immediately swooping in to save her. She's like, Wen Zhuliu, don't you see what I look like? Why are you chit-chatting instead of killing her right now? Is this how young Master Wen said to protect me? Watch out or else I'll denounce you.
She's gonna write a 500-page call-out for him.
Oh my god, no, because he's not 13 years old.
She's gonna make a video about him.
Yeah, she's gonna make a whole video calling him out. Tell everybody to unfollow him.
Yeah. Look, this
deplatforming works.
This isn't just drama.
God.
And then we get this extremely good paragraph where we go into his head for like 10 seconds. Wen Zhuliu, on the other hand, knit his brows. He was protecting Wen Xiao under Wen Rohan's orders. He'd never liked Wen Xiao's character to begin with.
His character? I don't like his character either.
Don't nobody. Yet there were no worse circumstances, but only worse circumstances. Wen Xiao ordered him to come protect Wang Lingzhou. The woman was not only shallow and conceited, but also cruel at heart, gaining much dislike from him. That's what I'm gonna say anytime somebody pisses me off. You have gained much dislike from me.
Yeah, that's pretty true. That fucking rules, actually.
However, no matter how much he didn't like her, he couldn't go against Wen Rohan and Wen Xiao's orders and kill her. The good thing was that Wang Lingzhou loathed him as well. She ordered that he could only follow from a distance, prohibited from appearing in her sight unless she told him to, so that she wouldn't be as annoyed.
I hate that.
God.
Oh my god. Can you imagine if Wen Zhuliu was like, just slightly more of a petty person?
God,
he would have been like, well, she told me to stay out of her sight so I couldn't save her. Sorry.
Oops. I was doing my dude diligence.
I was doing my diligent.
Diligent.
It's like, not to insult Wen Zhuliu's intelligence or anything, but he is kind of a meathead, if you think about it.
This voice is making me imagine it's combining with his he's a very quiet man. Rather than
full volume.
Rather than Nathan Explosion Meathead, I'm imagining he's just incredibly fucking awkward.
Yeah. He's just an awkward dude.
Like, as soon as he opens his mouth, it just, like, there's just gears, and they just stop.
Yeah, he's like NMJ if NMJ didn't like poetry.
I mean, he doesn't, but he's versed in it.
I feel like you at least have to have an appreciation for poetry.
Yeah, like,
to be versed in it.
This is fine, I guess.
Like, lost like tears in the rain.
Two roads diverge in a woods. Stupid. I was wondering how we were going to make these chapters funny.
So
then we get him.
And so when Zhuliu goes,
excuse me.
How pretentious. Wen Zhuliu's large hand waved.
And so Madame Yu swings out Zijian and Homeboy just grabs it.
Yeah.
He just grabs it out of midair. And this is quite a feat because, I mean, you've got sort of a power dial on Zijian, right?
Yeah.
You can have just a little tickly boy or you can have ultimate rage heat. And she's going blasting past ultimate rage heat. She's moved into pissed off inferno. Mm-hmm. And that's reflected in the whip, but he just grabs it.
Yeah.
He ain't got no problem with it.
I mean, he's got hands like a fucking sports foam finger, so he's got gonna
hands
be fine.
like that one dude in that video I saw one time. He was like this older gentleman, like a South Asian gentleman. I think he might have been Indian. And he was frying chicken in this huge vat of oil, and he just used his hands, bro. He just dropped it in there, picked it back, like scooped it out of the fucking oil with his hands.
Jesus.
So that's what I'm imagining when Julio's pain tolerance in his hands is like.
That is
this man. It's just one big callus.
That is some shit he would do. So I mean, whatever.
Right.
There's a fight sequence. It's Sakuga, and then Wang Lingjiao starts like shooting up signals. She's like, "Hey, come get your boy."
Come get me! I'm so tired of this place.
I want to go home.
And Wei Wuxian's like, God, we gotta stop her from sending that shit out.
And so the boys start trying to help out. Jiang Cheng like comes to tries to come to his mom's rescue. There's more fighting now. Here's the thing that's extremely hilarious to me, because right about here, there's still just kind of some more fight sequence happening, and Madame Yu, like, grabs her boys and just, like, runs through the entire Lotus Pier with them by their scruffs, and there's none of the, like, dramatic, badass mother-sons fighting sequence that we get in the Donghua, which fucking rules. There's none of that. It's just her going, oh, nope, getting out of here, and then throws them onto a boat.
Because she knows what's going on.
Oh, yeah. She knows. As soon as Wang Lingjiao started sending up the signals, that was just, she shot some letters into the sky, and they just said GG, and she knows it's over.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she's like, I gotta get my boys up out.
So she does that.
Yeah, but
she gets them in a boat.
Yeah,
or
not before telling all of her disciples to get dressed.
Yeah, you gotta get dressed, you gotta get your weapons on, and then she drags her kids to a boat, and she expresses genuine affection towards her son for the first time.
It hurts.
It hurts, and that's the only time that she's ever expressed affection about them. And Jiang Cheng is like, Mom, won't you be leaving with us?
And then she pulls him into a little hug.
Oh yeah, he asks if she's leaving with them, and then she hugs him.
Yeah, she hugs him, she kisses him.
She calls him a good boy.
She calls him a good boy.
And then she turns to Wei Wuxian.
And she says, you damn little brat, I hate you. I hate you more than anything else. Look at what our sect has gone through for your sake.
And Wei Wuxian's like, well, can't argue with that.
He's like, mea culpa.
Mea culpa. And Jiang Cheng's like, Mom, won't you be leaving with us?
And she just lets him go and pushes him into the boat, on just kind of bodily on top of Wei Ying.
Yep.
She hops into the boat, and is this where she ties them up?
Yes.
Yeah, so she ties them up. And Jiang Cheng is still like, what, huh? Mom, what? And
she's like,
don't make such a fuss. It'll loosen up when you're somewhere safe. If anyone attacks you on the journey, it'll protect you as well. Don't come back. Go to Meishan straight away and find your sister.
And then she turns to Wei Ying.
Wei Ying, listen to me. Protect Jiang Cheng. Protect him even if you die. Did you understand?
Wei Wuxian's like, Madame Yu!
Did you hear me? Don't talk nonsense to me. I'm only asking you. Did you hear me?
And Wei Wuxian's just like, He just nods very vigorously, and Jiang Cheng's like, Mom, father isn't back yet. If anything happens, can't we manage through it together first?
Mom, Dad's not home from work. He's gonna be here. He's on the way home. He's caught in traffic.
He said he was at the grocery store.
Fuck! He just went to 7-Eleven.
And so Madame Yu is having none of it.
Yeah.
She's like, fuck that guy. I can do this shit by myself.
Honestly, so what if he's not coming back? Can't I do anything without him?
And then she cuts him loose and she kicks him away.
She kicks the whole boat away.
And Jiang Cheng hollers for her again, but it's not going to do anything.
It ain't going to do anything. She actually stands there until, like, they're almost out of sight, and then she finally turns back around and goes back in to do some fighting.
Yep, she just has to make sure that they're out of harm's way.
Yep.
And they sit there and they wiggle through it.
Yep, they're wiggling.
Jiang Cheng is trying to get it to break.
And he's complaining about Wen Zhuliu.
He's bitching about that man.
Yep.
And
then, far off in the distance, approaching, getting slightly louder by the second, we hear, Wasted in Margaritaville.
Searching for my love, sugar is hot.
Boop, 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 boop. Father! Guess who's back?
Back
Uncle
again.
John! It's Uncle John coming back!
Zhang Fengmian's like, God, did we...
He was Kirk Van Houten.
He was Kirk Van Houten. Oh, Jesus. So Uncle John goes, Ah Chung, Ah Ying, what happened to you now? I mean, what happened to you two?
And then Jiang Cheng is just like wiggling around excitedly. And
he's like, Father, let us go.
He's doing the pee-pee dance.
Let us go. I got a pee-pee.
I got a pee-pee.
Zhang Fengmian's like, this is your mom, Sijian. Sijian knows its masters. I don't think it'd let me.
But
and then it just he touches. He gives a little poke.
Yeah.
And it just immediately reverts into a ring. And Zhang Fengmian's like, I thought and the rest of the audience is like, because doesn't she hate his ass?
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't that, I guess, desperate times call for desperate measures, bro?
Guess so.
That's the only thought I have.
Because Zidian was Yu Ziyuan's best weapon. Yu Ziyuan's intention was its most important command. Zidian could recognize multiple masters, but there was an order. Madame Yu was undoubtedly the primary master of Zidian. Her command was to tie Jiang Cheng up until he was safe, which was why, even though Jiang Cheng was also its master, he couldn't struggle out of its constraint. Nobody knew when, but Jiang Fengmian had been recognized as the secondary master of Zidian. In front of him, Zidian determined them to be safe, and thus it loosened.
Don't we love to see it?
Don't we? Aren't we interested to see it?
We are very interested to see it. Could have sort of a tsundere moment going on.
A bit of a tsundere moment, apparently confirmed by... But Madame Yu had never said that she'd let Zidian recognize Jiang Fengmian as its master as well. Baka! I didn't let you be the master of my cool ring whip.
Try me, bitch!
Try me!
And Jiang Fengmian's like, what is going on? Why would you two be tied onto a boat by Zidian?
Which is the funniest way you could ask that. Why would you two be tied onto a boat by Zidian?
I don't know. I feel like there are very few situations you could fabricate in your mind, like in your mind palace, to come up with a reason why. So that, I feel like that's a fair question to ask.
It's just worded funny to me.
Why are you tied to a boat with Zidian?
Why would you be tied to a boat?
Why would you be tied to a boat?
If I found my son tied to a boat by his mom's cool whip ring, I would simply ask him why. And
Jiang Cheng's like, today the Wen sex people were at our sect. Mom had an argument with them and started fighting with the core melting hand. My mom might be at a disadvantage. Later there might even be more enemies. Father, let's go back and help her. Let's go.
And he's clutching him. I just realized.
Yeah, he's clutching him. He's like, Dad, please. Dad, please. And Jiang Fengmian, like, all of the disciples are like, what? And Jiang Fengmian's like, the core melting hand? Jiang Cheng's like, yes, Father, we... And then,
Jiang Fengmian says, whoop, and then they're back tied up again.
Yeah, he heard the core melting hand, and he was fucking out, bro. Yep. He was out of there. He's like, nope.
Got a blast.
Jiang Fengmian says, I'll go back. You two leave.
Don't run, don't turn in any way. Don't return to Lotus Pier. After you reach the shore, try to go to Meishan as soon as possible to find your sister and your grandmother.
Uncle Jiang.
Wait, Wuxian's fucking Uncle John.
I don't know why that.
I love that.
What the heck is this crap?
What's this crap? and Jiang Cheng's like, he's like a kicking. He's like, Father, let me go. And Zhang Fengmiao goes, I will go back to find Third Lady. And then, when he calls her Third Lady, it's very serious.
You know it's some shit.
And Jiang Cheng's not happy about that. He said, we can go back and find her together, can't we? And Zhang Fengmiao's like, no.
And
He
call him Ah-Cheng.
He call him Ah-Cheng. He hesitates a little bit before he pats him on the head. And he says, Ah-Cheng, be well.
Uncle Jiang, if anything happens to you, he won't be well.
And Zhang Fengmiao goes, Ah-Ying, Ah-Cheng, you must look after him.
And then he hops back up onto his boat. And
he dips, and Jiang Cheng's like, Dad!
We hear bass-boosted cheeseburger in paradise as he goes heads back towards Lotus Pier. So they float for a while.
They're mad about it.
They're floating and mad, and then eventually they get, I guess they get out of the spell range.
Okay, but I will point out they spend the entire restraint period just screaming.
Yeah.
Just hollering. They're just sitting there hooting and hollering.
Just screaming. And just
two boys in a boat just having a holler.
Two boys tied inside of a boat, just hollering into the darkness.
2 boys, 1 boat.
Don't.
Oh.
I don't like that. And then Zhejiang loosens up and they can, get out, and they just have to paddle with their hands all the way back to Lotus Pier because they have to disobey their parents' orders.
Yep, they have to, because they're teenage boys.
They're little boys. And Wei Wuxian is still he got that whippy last time and it's still owie.
It's still owie, but the weird thing is, she said, it's gonna take at least a month to heal from these wounds, but he's good?
He's
he's good.
Yeah.
He's good, so she might have
So purple kinda sus.
She might have fabriced that a little bit.
God damn it.
She fabriced the effects. See, I'm tying it in.
Yeah, see?
Look at these fucking retention skills. Juicy.
Get a fucking load of these retention skills.
Juicy. It's not like it's my fucking podcast job or anything.
Delicious. So they paddle with their little hands all the way back to Lotus Pier, and it's weird.
It's weird. It looks exactly the same. Jiang Cheng is very upset about it. And Wei Wuxian's like,
the vibes here are kind of sus.
Kind of sus. Yeah, they're a little bit worrying.
Yeah, he's like, let's not enter from the gates right now.
The little susser Todd.
You know. So they keep paddling their boat and they go around and they find a little way where they can peek inside, and they look through, and we don't like what we see here. There sure are a lot of alive Wens walking around. Yeah,
there are a lot of alive Wens, and there are a lot of Zhangs stacked on top of each other, which is never really a good sign. Yeah. Typically when a group of people is alive,
they aren't stacked unless it's maybe a cheer competition, and I don't
think that this is a cheer competition. It's not looking very lively in here, bro.
Yeah, so not very good. They when we say stacks on stacks on stacks, it's a good thing unless it's people.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Just sussing it out.
So, and then they see a bunch of Wen people standing around, and they see one, and they're like, oh, who the fuck is that? And, they turn around a little bit, and Wei Wuxian ducks down real quick, but he doesn't know whether he's seen them or not. Who among them? He's trying to figure out whether
he's trying to. I guess they don't see them.
They don't see Madame Yu and Zhang Fengmiao.
Yeah, they're looking for them.
They're looking for them, but all they're seeing is their dead shitty.
Just lots and lots of dead. Lots
Dead
of
brothers
dead
in
boys.
arms.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then there's one Wen soft boy. Wen brand soft boy.
One Wen brand soft boy who turns around.
And Wei Wuxian ducks down. And
That's the end of the chapter.
then we go to chapter 59.
Yeah, we've got another thick old chapter to get through.
A whole nother
boy.
So Wei Wuxian is kind of panicking, and then they hear voices, and this is where it's Wen Chao and Wang Ling Jiao, and they're here. Ooh.
What's Wen Chao's voice?
I know exactly what Wen Chao's voice
Okay,
is.
so
I
you
gotta
can get
I
Wen
gotta
Chao.
gear up though. Let me.
Yeah, you're fine. You're fine.
You're stewed, buttwad.
Oh God!
That's how you warm up.
Go ahead. Unleash it on the people.
Don't cry. Your face is all smeared.
Oh God! And Jiang Cheng and Wei Wuxian are like, "Fuck." And Wang Ling Chao's like, Is it that you won't like me anymore if my face is all smeared?
How could that be? No matter what Jiao Jiao looks like, I will like her.
I'm really so scared. Today I was so close to really believing that I'd be killed by that bitch and won't ever get to see you again, young Master Wen.
Stop talking, Jiao Jiao. It's all right now. What a good thing that Wen Zhuliu protected you.
You're still mentioning him. Wen Zhuliu, I hate him. If it weren't for him arriving so late today, I wouldn't have suffered so much at all. Even now, my face still hurts so much.
God. And fucking, yeah, so she's just complaining, and Wen Xiao, it says, Wen Xiao loved listening to her complain in such a pitiful way. Fucking, that sounds like, no, I'm not gonna put words in your mouth.
He literally wait, what?
Oh, I was gonna say, that sounds like some shit you would do. That's some wife simping.
Yeah, it is wife simping.
I love to listen to my girlfriend complain in such a pitiful way.
Yeah, it makes, him, I feel like it's a little more straightforwardly bad with him, because I'm sure he just likes to feel like he is a helpless lady. He likes to be Mr. Savior.
Yeah, he thinks he's like the buff cartoon man on the beach with a Speedo who comes up and all of the women love him.
He's deeply oiled.
He's deeply
very
fucking oiled.
Swarthy, and
that explains a lot because he is greasy.
That's true. Maybe he thinks body oil is the new move. It wasn't the move in the 80s, and it's not the move now.
He'd be on that oil. It won't hurt. Here, let me touch it. You don't like how slow he was, but you mustn't challenge his limit. His level of cultivation is really high. My father had said many times that he's a rare talent. I'm still hoping that I can use him for another few years. That I can use him. This bitch. Sometimes I stop and I think about how Wen Zhuliu is supposed to look like he's, in his late 20s, whereas everybody else in this damn novel looks like they're, 20 at most.
He looks like the fucking babysitter.
He's probably actually, in his 40s or some shit.
Yeah, he looks like The Rock in one of his many, many early to mid-2000s blockbuster films. Blockbuster family films.
Blockbuster family films.
And Wang Ling Jiao, she's like, so what? So what if he's a talent? There's so many renowned cultivators, so many talents under sect leader Wen, at least thousands. What could happen if he's gone?
Because this bitch doesn't know shit.
No, not at all. Because she's not a fucking cultivator. She doesn't know.
Yeah, so she's like, I want him punished. I want him gone. Deplatform him. Which he's not.
Deplatform him, Gorge.
Yeah, because, he's not. But he's not gonna, because he's.
Of course not. He's too valuable an asset. That's the problem.
Melting hand.
He's the fucking moneymaker, bro. He's the gimmick. He's the fucking. He's the 25 hand tall horse at the county fair.
He's 25 hands high.
He is just generally, yeah.
25 core melting hands high.
He's 40 hands high. the biggest core melting hand you've ever seen in your life. Jumbo melter.
60 apples high.
He's 60 that's a lot of fucking apples,
I'm
dude.
saying, dude. Big old boy.
If you put them in a
He's
circle
roadside
around
attraction.
you, if you put them in a circle around you, you could repel doctors for like at least 2 months.
That's what you do.
Yeah.
That's how that's how you keep doctors away.
Yeah.
Then we're back to
So she really, really wants Wen Chao to punish Wen Zhuliu because, like, I don't know, he didn't get there fast enough, so he needs to get his ass kicked for it or something. And Wang Lingjiao, like, Wen Chao is clearly not buying it.
Yeah,
Wang Lingjiao really, really wants this. And she's like, look at him. He's clearly only a mere subordinate under your command, yet he's so arrogant. Back then, I wanted to slap that you bitch on the face, and he didn't even let me. She's dead already. It's only a corpse. He's looking down on me, so it means that he's also looking down on you, doesn't it?
And Jiang Cheng is losing his goddamn mind.
Jiang Cheng's really not fucking doing it. He's not having
feral.
with it. He just kind of like slides down and just
I'm imagining him like he's just like
loses it.
yeah, like trying to climb up the wall and then sliding back down and just foaming at the mouth.
Yeah.
Symbol of his madness.
Oh my god, I just realized that was what that sentence meant. I thought he was like sliding down the wall because his knees were giving out or whatever, but he's literally trying to climb it.
He's going.
He is fucking foaming at the mouth. They're both crying, and Wei Wuxian is trying to keep him from doing it.
Mm-hmm. And these two fucking assholes are just being rude. That's just how his personality is. Quite odd. It's something along the lines of death over humiliation. He was the one who killed her, so what was the point of talking about such things?
That's right. What hypocrisy.
Wen Chao loved to hear her agree with him.
See, he's just the simplest fucking creature. The absolute simplest creature. And that's, I mean, it's exhibited through this. It's also exhibited through, like, his opinions on how a woman should act, or what a woman is there for. His very bad takes.
I do gotta say, though, the fact that he loves to hear somebody agree with him is the most relatable thing I've read in this novel so far.
I hate how relatable it is.
Unfortunately, under these circumstances, we do gotta hand it to him.
It's true.
Wang
Lingjiao continues. She says, "That bitch you. She had it coming. Back then, she forced the man to marry her with the power of her sex. And in the end, what's the use of their marriage? He still doesn't like her. She'd been an abandoned wife for over 10 years, with everyone laughing at her behind her back. Even then, she didn't know to restrain herself and kept on being so arrogant. How it turned out in the end was karma indeed."
Really? Her looks are too bad. Why didn't Zhang Fengmian like her?
And we get his very simple brain process.
His fucking boner vision.
It's like, so long as a lady's hot, she can just do whatever.
Yeah.
Like, there's no reason why a man shouldn't like a lady if she's hot. Like, hotness is the only thing that matters.
That's all that matters. Quote unquote. Those who should be cast aside were either women who looked average or women who didn't let him sleep with them, I guess.
Yeah.
What a cool dude.
Why is he just a literally
rat bastard?
A caricature of a rat bastard.
Rat bastard.
And Wang Lingjiao goes, "It's really quite obvious if you think about it. Bitchy Yu is so aggressive. She's clearly a woman, yet she brandishes her whip and slaps others around all the time. She has no manners at all. Zhang Fengmian has been burdened so much, even after he married her. He's the most unlucky man ever."
The joke of Madame Yu rude.
The joke of Madame Yu rude. I'm sorry, I'm having so much trouble reading.
No, go for it. Do whatever you gotta. That's right, women, they should all be like my Jiao Jiao, obedient and gentle, caring for nobody but me.
It says Wang Lingjiao giggled, and I can only imagine it as being like the most horrible noise ever.
It's awful.
Like, okay.
And Wei Wuxian is like, he's also hurgling.
He's mad as fuck.
He is likewise hurgling.
And he's just kind of catatonic, but he's hurgling.
Yeah, he's catatonic, but hurgling.
Yeah. and Wang Lingqiao goes, "Of course I care for nobody but you. Who else could I care for?"
And then some rando comes in and says, "Hey, we found their stash.
We found all their treats and their treasures. Their tricks, their treats, their treasures.
We found all their treats. Let us come throw some into your mouth."
Let me throw some treats at you, man.
Well done, well done. At such a time, we should have a grand celebration. Tonight, why don't we set up a banquet here? Make the best use of everything.
Oh my god. You mean the food stores of the thousands of people you just killed?
Yeah, you know.
And Wang Lingjiao goes, "Young Master Wen, congratulations for moving into Lotus Pier."
What Lotus Pier? Change the name. Bring down any door carved with a 9-petaled lotus crest and replace them with those with the Chishan Wen sect sun crest. Jojo, come dance for me your best song.
Yep, she's gonna dance, and Wei Wuxian just listen to her laughing and singing, and they're in just absolute rage mode. They're so
They're
they
mad.
just can't fucking deal with it.
So they just run. And they run for over a mile, and then Jiang Cheng just stops. And he stops because his anger, now he's mad.
Yeah, now it's shifted over into mad.
Yeah, it's shifted into mad. Stages of grief. We've been through them.
Yes, we have.
Yep. The fart stage is upon us. We gotta get through this first.
Yep, he's gotta fart a little bit first. And Wei Wuxian,
He's like, Jiang Cheng, what are you doing? Don't go back there.
"Don't go back there? Are you serious? You're telling me not to go back there. My parents' bodies are still in Lotus Pier. Could I leave just like that? Where could I go if I don't go back?"
What can you do if you go back now? They've killed even Uncle Zhang and Madame Yu. All that's waiting for you is death.
"Death it is, then."
Death it is.
"Sure, fuck it. All right, I'm game.
Kill me then.
If you're scared of death, then get lost. Don't block my path."
Revenge is never too late. We must bring back the bodies, but not now.
And Wei Wuxian is still trying to get in his way and stop him from running away. And he's like, "When does not now mean? I've had enough of you. Get lost right now."
Uncle Zhang and Madame Yu said for me to look after you, for you to be well.
"Shut up. Why?"
And then he
shoves him really hard. He's just mad as fuck.
yeah, he does a tackle. He shoves him.
Having a boys spat.
Boys spat. It's boys fight time. And he's got him by the collar and he's doing
He's shaking him. He's like, "Why? Why? Just why? Are you happy? Are you satisfied? Why did you save Lan Wangji?" And he grabs his neck. He's in absolute berserker mode.
Oh yeah.
And it says, "Under the grief and the fury, Jiang Cheng had lost his mind.
Ugh.
He couldn't control the strength that he used at all." And Wei Wuxian's like, "Oh, God." And Jiang Cheng's just he's still going. He's like, "Why did you save Lan Wangji? Why did you have to speak up? How many times have I told you not to stir up trouble, not to strike? Do you really want to play the hero so much? Have you seen what happened when you played the hero, huh? Are you happy now? Lan Wangji and Jin Zixuan and those people can just die. Just let them die. What's their deaths got to do with us? To do with our sect? Why did this have to happen? Why? Go die, go die, go die. Everyone."
Jiang Cheng!
Whoa. And so Jiang Cheng snaps out of it a little bit from that.
He does a cry.
He does a cry.
He starts to cry.
And he just goes, "I want my parents. My parents."
Fuck, dude. That's God.
That honestly, 100% the worst part of these scenes across every single interpretation for me.
Mm-hmm. It's
just a kid crying for his parents.
Yeah. It's just this, yeah, because he's just a kid, and it's all we've seen of him so far is getting hurt, getting owned, being angry.
Yeah, this entire book is Jiang Cheng torture porn.
Yeah, and now we get him just breaking down, Because, like, everything we've gotten so far is just him being angry and him, looking tough. And
we finally see the culmination of all of that.
Yep, we get one chapter where he's just kind of in panic mode, and now he's just reduced to the little boy that he is, and it fucking hurts.
It really fucking sucks. But, I mean, Wei Wuxian's right there with him.
They both cry.
They're having some cry.
They deserve it.
And Jiang Cheng knows that he's sort of looking for excuses and looking for, not excuses, but explanations.
Mm-hmm.
Because he'd known that the Wens would probably get to him eventually, even without the whole Xuanwu slaughter thing. They probably would have come to the Zhang sect eventually because they're one of the biggest sects.
Mm-hmm.
But it was just this catalyst. He didn't think that it was going to happen so soon.
Yeah. And it's making him very mad, and,
it's very...
Don't blame the man.
Yeah, I don't blame him. It's a lot easier to find someone to blame than just to accept the reality of a situation.
Yep.
And Jiang Cheng is he's having spiral thoughts with this.
Yeah.
He's just ruminating.
Ooh.
And he
spends basically the whole night crying, and there's this bit about the second reason was that he still had the hope that this might be a nightmare. He couldn't wait to wake up after some rest and open his eyes to find himself lying inside of his room back in Lotus Pier.
No.
His mother would be angry again and complaining.
God.
Scolding Wei Wuxian, who winked in a funny way. He looked at me wrong.
And talking about, and Zhang Yanli is there.
Oh yeah,
making
she's there.
Food.
That's what she likes.
That's what she likes to do.
It's what we've seen her do.
That's the one thing that we gave to her.
The joke of Yanli food.
The joke of Yanli food. If there's one thing I really, really wish for this novel, it had been for Zhang Yanli to get a little bit more characterization. But can't win them all.
Can't win them all. So then it's the next day, and they finally pull themselves up and start trudging, and they're gonna try to get to Meishan, and they're gonna try to find Shijie.
And Jiang Cheng's not fucking feeling it.
He's in Frankenstein mode.
He's absolutely catatonic.
Yeah.
Wei Wuxian's like,
Come on, bud.
Jiang Cheng's like, where?
To the Meishan youth sect to find Shijie. And he's just...
Jiang Cheng's like, fucking fine. So they start walking towards Meishan.
Wei Wuxian's like, come on.
Come on.
And the whole time they're walking, Jiang Cheng is like, he's got Zijian in his hand, and he hasn't even, put it on. He's just, holding it really close, and ow.
Feeling over and over again the only remnant of his family that was left.
Fuck off.
Jesus Christ. And he keeps, looking back towards the Lotus Pier, and he's thinking, and, they had left without any food, because, they got the fuck out of there quickly. And so Wei Wuxian decides he's going to go find some food. Yeah. And Jiang Cheng didn't say anything. He says nothing. He just sits there.
Yep.
And I mean, this is pretty consistent because he just has been completely catatonic the whole time. And Wei Wuxian's like, all right, don't move. You promise you're not going to move? Don't move, okay?
Don't get kidnapped.
All right, don't get kidnapped.
Don't fall in the toilet.
And it says he had often tucked spare money into corners of his clothes, and now it became abuse. So he goes, he buys some buns. And he comes back a half hour later and Jiang Cheng's gone.
This bitch just putting coins wherever he can find.
I kind of like that, actually. Just as a little secret treat for you later on.
What if?
I like it. If only America had more, dollar coins. I think that'd be great.
Remember when coins, mattered?
Yeah, dude. And now, money has always been fake.
Yeah, money is fake. That's the thing.
Coins mattered at one point, and that's so funny to think about.
The thing of money is that it can be traded for goods and services.
Yeah.
But they're in some random town. Wei Wuxian comes back and he's like, "Oh god damn it!" Now he's gone. Now
he's
I gotta
gone.
deal with this.
He's got these steamed buns in his hands, and he's got some bread and some fruit, and he's like, "Shit."
Here we go again.
And he asks somebody, a cobbler.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, did you see this?
I missed it.
I missed it.
There was a young master about the same age as me sitting here. I'm not going to do that voice. Did you see where he went?
A cobbler's like, the one that was with you?
Yeah.
I was in the middle of doing something, so I didn't really see. But he kept on spacing out, staring at the people on the street. And then when I looked up at where he was again, he suddenly disappeared. Maybe he left.
Maybe he teleported. I
Maybe
don't
he
know.
teleported. And Wei Wuxian's like,
He left.
he left.
He left. God damn it, he went to the Lotus Pier. Oh, I'm so mad at him.
Oh,
And
Jesus.
but he just immediately starts running. And like as he's running, he does the funny fall in the dirt.
Yeah, he's weighed down by his copious food stuff, so he just tosses them on the ground and keeps running. But
He does pick one up and eat it. One bun up and he eats it.
well,
He have a bun. While running.
no, here's the thing. No, because so he drops the food and he starts running. He does not get very far at all. He gets maybe like, I don't even know how far it says, but eventually he like starts feeling really dizzy, so he's like, oh god, fuck, okay. So he doubles back.
Oh yeah, he
goes
does.
back
God.
to get the food, shoves a bunch of it in his mouth, and then gets some more for Jiang Cheng and continues on his way, which is just
Time to eat my dirt bun.
time to have some nice earthy buns.
Earthy buns.
My earthy buns.
Earthy bun sounds like a different word for doo-doo ass. My earthy bun.
Earthy buns sounds like a really bad mass-produced vegan snack. It's like earthy, spelled EARTHEE, buns with a Z.
Earthy.
Earthy buns.
God.
Sprouted 12-grain hambubbler buns.
Hambubbler bun.
Hambubbler.
Oh no! Okay,
Hambubbler.
I was about to say, wasn't that the name? Wasn't that the username of some fucking idiot on To Catch a Predator? But no, that was Hambubger.
Hambubbler.
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 Stupid. That's some shit you would eat.
It's a bong shaped like a ham hock.
Could you?
That's my ideal bong.
I know the answer to this is gonna be yes, but I want to ask so I can put the idea in your brain.
Yeah.
Could you make a bong out of a ham? Just like a smoked ham.
Here's the thing.
Here's the thing.
Here's the thing.
Here's the thing.
You can make a bong out of anything.
You can make a bong out of it.
You can put a fucked up guy in anywhere.
In anywhere. You can put a fucked up guy in any bong.
You can put a fucked up bong anywhere.
You can make a bong out of a fucked up guy.
Here's how you would theoretically make a bong out of a ham.
I mean a
okay?
legal tobacco water pipe.
You have a roasted ham.
You have
right?
a roasted ham.
Uncut roasted ham. Not spiral cut. All
Not
right,
spiral
that's going to ruin the airflow.
Right.
So you take a whole roasted ham. I think what would be useful, you take a metal straw
Okay.
and you punch through the ham with the metal straw at an angle, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you have one hole on one side and it comes out the other side. I'm thinking like you would hold like
I'm listening. I just need to look up. I need to look up an image of a ham.
I need to illustrate it. Hold on, because I need to really kind of express
Yeah, right there.
what
Yeah,
I'm
you
feeling.
need to draw the blueprints.
Give me
for
a
it.
Sharpie, please.
Give me a Sharpie. Here.
So your ham, right?
Your ham.
So you've got little ham bone on the bottom, right? And then
Yeah.
you've got the big old hawk.
It looks like a dead Among Us guy.
You've got the hawk.
Which you can
okay?
also make a bong out of.
Here's the bone. So you go, you take the straw, and you shove it diagonally through the ham.
Or
No, that's probably the best way for it to work. So you would have a little hole in the top of the ham, little hole towards the bottom of the ham.
Uh-huh.
And so you would put your mouth on top of the ham, on the little hole on top of the ham.
Yeah.
And on the bottom of the ham, you would put maybe like, a family ham. Family ham.
Family ham.
And in the bottom hole, you would shove in like a piece of straw or something with like a little tinfoil bowl. And then you would smork the weed. Smork the weed.
Could you make the bowl out of like the bottom part of a pineapple? Kind of scooped out.
That is too big. That's a Jolly
Okay.
Green Giant saucer bowl. You would straight up die. We can't kill you, but you would die.
Okay. You might need to patent this because I'm not seeing any schematics.
Oh,
There is a very funny hoodie that says Bong King and it's made to look like a ham bong.
I feel like if Jiang Cheng and Wei Wuxian had a ham bong at this juncture, their lives would have gone a lot better. I'm thinking about how rank the flavor would be.
Right.
Ham bong.
Ham.
See? Ham bong. See? Oh, God. Oh, I gotta pull my nose.
One of the image search results is for a child on Facebook whose name is Bong Ham.
I appreciate it.
I love you, Bong Ham.
I love you, Bong Ham.
Many Bong Hams. Breaking Bong.
Oh, no.
No, okay, I gotta. Jesus fucking Christ. Ham.
Oh, God. Continuing on.
Continuing on from the saddest fucking part of the novel so far. Oh,
Jesus.
God. So whatever. He runs.
He knows that Jiang Cheng went to Lotus Pier, so he goes to Lotus Pier.
Yeah.
And he doesn't quite make it to Lotus Pier before he sees somebody in Wen robes kind of just walking around outside the premises. And he's like, oh, hell no.
And he just dive bombs.
He dive bombs him. He fucking quarterback tackles him. I don't know football. I don't think quarterbacks tackle. Do quarterbacks tackle? He does the tackler. The tackler. They've got the tackler on the team, and then they've got the tickler.
The tinkler. And then there's the tingler, which is a different thing
and then
entirely.
there's the tingler. But that's in the alternate verse. That's the tickler's reverse twin.
There are many PGOT listeners who have become jocks as of late, so perhaps you can teach us about football, man.
Yeah. Can our PGOT friends please teach us some sports?
Yeah, the tingler. What the fuck did you just say to me? The tingler is the reverse.
Yeah, it's the tickler's reverse twin.
Swap fill tickler.
Are you not up to date with your Chuck Tingle lore?
Jesus Christ, I'm not. I missed something.
So you've got your reverse twin, which is evil and from another timeline.
Okay.
And it makes you shake and drool. No, or maybe it's the reverse twin that shakes and drools. And they come to you in your window.
Okay.
And sweet Barbara from the lake has something to do with it, from the frozen lake. Like I said, retention skills, not great. And Chuck Tingle is an entity.
It's Chuck Tinglore.
He's not a person, he's an entity.
That's true.
Which I appreciate and I respect.
I can't wait to read Scum Villain some more because Shang Chi really is just Chuck Tingle. That's his final form.
Wow. Love is real! Go.
He's Shang Chi is like the first evolution, and then Chuck Tingle is the final evolution.
That's true.
Stage 3.
Like, Shang-Chi is fucking, he gets the man at the end of the, book, and he's literally just, love is real.
Love is real.
Prove love every day, baby. He is a master's in holistic massage therapy. His PhD, excuse me.
Yeah.
Doctor airplane shooting towards the sky, thank you.
Please listen to She's a Good iPad. We're still on this damn page.
Yeah, we are. So
he go back to Lotus Pier, he tackle man. So he tackles the first Wen robe person that he sees, but it's just a little boy.
It's just a little boy. He goes, "Young Master Wei, it's me."
And Wei Wuxian is just like,
it was the voice of a boy.
Yeah, it was the voice of a boy.
It was the voice of a boy.
It was the voice of a boy. A boy's voice.
And Wei Wuxian's like, shit, maybe it's a spy?
Don't play any tricks.
And the boy is, I don't play any tricks. Young Master Wei, you can look at my face. Just kind of a Morty vibe, sorry.
That is a good voice.
He's really kind of a Morty one.
My God.
Yeah.
Oh, so Wei Wuxian's like, I'm not gonna look at your damn face. What if you look like a trick of me? So, but he turns him around. So he turns him around, and the boy's features were delicate. A youthful handsomeness surrounded him.
He's extremely beautiful.
He's just a beautiful baby boy. And he's
a
like,
delicate little porcelain doll.
Wei Wuxian was indifferent. I don't know him.
I don't know.
Putting his sunglasses on, I simply don't know him.
I don't know.
Who are you?
I'm Wen Yang.
Who is Wen Yang? And then he's like, who fucking cares? He's some guy. He's got rank. I can do extortion, I guess.
He can do some war crimes.
I can do war crimes.
In exchange for the horrific war crimes that were just enacted on my entire family. And Wen Yang's like, a few years ago, during the discussion conference at Chishan, I was shooting arrows.
You what? Are you a stutterer?
Yes. Yeah.
And then Wei Wuxian's
like, oh, okay. Oops.
And then he has a brain blast and he remembers, he's like, he does brain math. He says, discussion conference, Chishan, arrows, wiener. Oh, yeah, okay.
Oh, shit.
You're that when something that you just told me. The one that's quite good at archery?
That's me. Yesterday, I saw you, young Master Wei, along with young Master Jiang, so I thought that you might be back again.
You saw me yesterday?
I did.
You saw me, but you didn't tell anyone.
I won't tell anyone.
The boy don't snitch.
Boy don't snitch. This is the only sentence and Wei Wuxian makes a note of this. This is the only sentence he says that is completely free of stuttering. This man do not snitch.
No, he do not snitch, and for that we have nothing but respect.
And he goes, young Master Wei, you're here to find young Master Jiang, aren't you?
Is Jiang Cheng inside?
He is.
So then Wei Wuxian does some more brain math, and he's like, well,
Okay, well, what if I took Wen Yang hostage? No, no, he probably doesn't like Wen Yang. But what if he's lying though? Like, oh God. And so he's like,
but he did see us, and he didn't snitch.
To ensure that we're safe, maybe I could just, a little slide whistle.
Woo! Killing intent flash before Wei Wuxian.
And then like the whistling drop and splat.
God.
It's time to throw in some ADR, thank you.
The killing intent, Wei Wuxian does a Jeff the Killer, and he just has a moment of killing intent. He's like, I could kill him. I could just kill him.
But like, and it's like Wei Wuxian had never been a bloodlust boy, but also like, his entire sect just got fucked up. So
That's
he's
the
like,
thing.
you know, murder is not high on his list of things to avoid right now.
Yeah. Like,
I'd be feeling it.
him. Yeah.
I could just kill him.
I could just kill him.
And Wen Yang's like, young Master Wei, are you here to save young Master Zhang?
What do you think? Genius.
And Wen Yang's like, he just like smiles a little bit. He's like, I knew it. I can help you get him out of there.
You'll help me get him out?
Yeah. Right now, I can take him out really quickly. When Chao and the others happen to have gone out.
You really can?
I can. I'm also a clan disciple of the Wen sect. There's also a group of disciples who follow my orders.
Follow your orders? Follow your orders and kill people?
No! My disciples never kill people at random. The Jiang Cheng people, I haven't killed any either. I only hurried here after I heard that something happened to Lotus Pier. It's true.
And Wei Wuxian does more, like, Death Note music brain thinking.
Yeah, he's having some brain blasts.
Yeah, what does he want? Is he lying? This is silly. This is goofy. Does he think I'm stupid? He better not think I'm stupid. But then he's like, this is why... Yeah, I am stupid. There's a million wins here. There's maybe even the core melting hand here. I'm just a me.
I gotta take whatever hope I can get.
I am simply Benui. What am I supposed to do? And he's like, I mean, I don't want to, like,
he still doesn't have his sword.
Yeah, he's like, I mean, I'm not scared of dying. I just don't want to leave my boy hanging, you know?
Exactly.
I'm not gonna sit here and die if Jiang Cheng is still out there and he needs to be saved. Come on, what kind of dude do I look like? And then he's like, then could you help me take the bodies of Sect Leader Zhang and Madame Yu?
And he's unintentionally begun to imitate Wen Yang's stutter.
Yeah.
And he's like,
he says, gee, Rick.
I'll try my best.
And so Wei Wuxian is like, or Wen Yang like heads out for a second. He says, about to head out.
And Wei Wuxian is asking himself why he would be trusting this random Wen that he's met like 3 times. He's like, oh God, what if he's lying? Oh, thank God if he's lying. If Jiang Cheng's in there, I don't know what I'll actually do.
And then your boy comes back. He really did do it.
He's got a piggyback friend.
He's got a piggyback friend who looks like absolute dog shit.
Yeah, like complete trash. He's super sallow, but it's Jiang Cheng.
It's Jiang Cheng, and he's out cold.
Absolutely passed out. And Wei Wuxian's like,
Jiang Cheng.
And Jiang Cheng, I mean, he's alive. He's still breathing, but he's completely out. And Wen Yang's like, young Master Zhang's Sijian. I brought it. And he presses it into Wei Wuxian's palm, which is so thoughtful of him.
It's really cute. And Wei Wuxian is just like, thank you.
Yeah. And he remembers that he wanted to kill Wen Yang a few minutes ago and feels bad about it.
He's like, ooh, I really did want to do that. No, I feel bad now. Thanks, bruh.
And Wen Yang's like, you're welcome. Mr. Zhang and Madame Zhang's bodies, I've already told people to move them. I'll pass them to you afterwards. This isn't a good place to stay. First,
Mr. Zhang.
God, and Wei Wuxian takes custody of Jiang Cheng. And he sees there's a big ol' whip wound across Jiang Cheng's chest. And he goes,
the discipline whip?
When Chao, he got hold of the discipline whip of the Zhang sect, there should be other injuries on young Master Zhang as well. And like, other injuries, he's straight fucked up. Mm-hmm. He's very fucked up. At least 3 of his ribs are broken. He's got a lot of probably internal injuries. Mm-hmm. They probably... does he ever have some internal injuries?
Ouch.
And Wei Wuxian...
He kind of looks
Jiang Cheng over, and Wen Yang's like, after Wen Chao returns and discovers this, he'll definitely start searching for you along the Yunmong area.
Young Master Wen.
Wait. Oh, yeah.
That's a typo, yeah.
Young Master Wei, if you believe me, I can first take you to a safe place to hide.
And Wei Wuxian kind of like weighs it for a second. He's like,
Jiang Cheng is literally gonna kick it if he doesn't get some medical help immediately.
yeah, and he kind of puts that together finally, and then he's like, thanks!
Wuxian's like,
All right, yeah, sure, let's go. Boat time.
And Wen Yang's like,
There's no need. Young Master Wei, walk this way. I have a ship.
They told me to walk this way.
so they bring old beat up JC onto the ship.
It's this little boat, cool boat. Wei Wuxian like cleans up Jiang Cheng, and
He starts to think back to that discussion conference that he first met Wen Yang at.
It's time to do reminiscing.
It's time for reminiscing, and so it's a pretty simple little scene.
Yeah.
Wei Wuxian comes across this Wen sect kid shooting bullseye after bullseye after bullseye in the forest before the discussion conference. He's like, oh shit, man, look at you. You're like probably the best Wen sect archer I've ever seen in my life, no lie. The dude just gone.
Because Wei Wuxian just pops up out of nowhere and goes, poggers! And it scares the shit out of this kid and he runs off.
Wow, poggers!
And Wei Wuxian is like, okay,
never mind.
Yeah,
or not.
He tries to ask him like, "Hey, who from the Wen sect are you? You're really good at this. I haven't seen anybody, this good." And then he fucks off, and then Wei Wuxian's like, "Am I really that handsome? Am I just that cute?
I must just be that cute.
I'm just too cute for anybody to handle." But, fucking, he just thought that he saw something cool as he returned to the square.
So the competition is starting.
No attention span.
The Wen sect is kicking up a fuss because they need one more disciple to enter the competition. And people are hooting, hollering, clamoring. And Wen Yang raises his hand. And
does he raise his hand?
He does. He raises it just a little bit. Yeah. Just a little bit, but everybody else is hooting and hollering. So, why would they choose him? However, somebody else points him out. They go, Chonglin.
Mm-hmm. You want to participate? Do you want to come up, little buddy? You want to come up? Yeah. And he shuffles up, and he does his. He tries.
He tries, but he's very nervous. This is his first time in front of a crowd. Everybody's watching him, and he whiffs it. He whiffs it. And Wen Chao makes fun of him.
Yeah, he says, cringe, bro. And Wei Wuxian is, like, trying to stan him publicly. He's like, you were doing really well before. Like, what's the problem? Come on, man. And Wen Yang's like,
I only started practicing recently.
He's this big.
I know, he's a little baby boy.
And Wen Chao's like, alright, there's a target over there. Quickly shoot an arrow for us to see. If it's good, then go. If it's not good, then don't.
So, he does it.
And this is where he whiffs.
But Wei Wuxian really tries to encourage him. He's like, hey, relax. Just, do it natural, like before.
Just breathe. Align your chakras.
And Wen Yang is like so grateful that Wei Wuxian is there to cape for him. He's like, okay, I can do this. He does it, and he whiffs it. He whiffs it, and Wei Wuxian's like, oh, damn it.
and Wen Yang's like, I'm sorry. And Wei Wuxian's like, why are you telling me you're sorry?
You recommended me, but I made you lose face.
How did it make me lose face? You haven't really shot in front of other people, have you? You were nervous.
And Wei Wuxian, Wen Yang is like...
And Wei Wuxian's like, have some confidence. Let me tell you the truth. You shoot better than everyone in your sect. Out of all the disciples whom I've seen, no more than 3 people are better in archery than you.
And Jiang Cheng walks over, he's like, what are you doing this time? 3 or what?
There, this one, for example, he's not as good as you.
Do you want to die?
Kinda, yeah.
I mean...
really.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Wei Wuxian suffered a strike from him. Face unchanging, he continued. Really, there isn't anything to be nervous about, to be honest. You'll get used to it after practicing a few more times in front of other people. Next time, you'll definitely impress everyone.
And
Your skills are based.
Your skills are based.
Based.
And we get a little bit about Wen Yang, how he's like really not super, super high up in the bloodline. He's not like, he's like sort of an average Wen.
Yeah.
You know, but he's very...
Your average, your run-of-the-mill Wen.
Just your run-of-the-mill Wen. He's very nervous. He's very timid. He's not really, he's a stutterer. Mm-hmm. He's just a little baby. And of course he blew it. Yep. He blew his competition because he's just a little baby and he's nervous.
And that's how it is.
And Wei Wuxian makes a point to help him a little bit more and give some more pointers, just because he knows that somebody like this, if he's not given encouragement, he's not going to do it.
And Wen Yang imprints on him.
Yeah, Wen Yang imprints on him. And Jiang Cheng's like, where did you find so much nonsense? The competition is starting soon. Get into the arena right now.
And Wei Wuxian looks at Wen Yang and he's like, I'll be off the competition now. Later, you can see how I shoot when I'm in the arena.
And Jiang Cheng drags him away because he's pissed off. He's like, see how you shoot? You think you're a model or something?
Yeah, am I not?
Wei Wuxian? I haven't seen anyone as shameless as you.
And then he snaps back to reality. Oh, there goes Rabbit.
He goes, aw, sweet memories.
Yeah.
And now Jiang Cheng is here, not punching him. He's just covered in blood and he looks like shit. And he's like, oh yeah, that whole thing.
Oh yeah, oops.
So they keep a walking. I mean, they keep a sailing.
Yeah, and then they arrive in Yiling the next day.
Yep, they're there in Yiling, and that's the end of the chapter.
Yep, and next time we will pick back up with chapter 60, which is the final part of the Poisons arc, part 5.
Part F5.
Part F5. And I believe, do we meet a lady in part 5? We do meet a lady in part 5. We meet a lady.
We meet the lady.
We meet
the lady.
Beautiful's girl.
And I'll say, y'all, if y'all liked Wen Qiang in The Untamed,
bitch.
I hate to say it, but Untamed Wen Qiang, nothing in comparison to the book. Please, God, this woman is a queen. Queen shit.
Queen shit.
Queen shit.
Do you want to do some Google Translate Essence Collection?
Let's do some Google Translate Essence Collection.
Book. Yes. So I just decided to go with some good old John content. You know how it is. Especially for this night of nights. So this first one is from Hungarian. Hello, Janos.
Is Janos?
Yeah. But this one is translated from Hungarian. So Wei Wuxian is taking a bath, and he's like hearing Jiang Cheng and Lan Wangji talking outside of the bathroom. I have no idea who's saying what. So,
God.
You saw it, didn't you?
Yeah. All right. Did you ask about the talismans and the weens? He confessed. He said, Hant Hallman was cultivated differently. You know it's harmful, but you're willing to pay the price. What the fuck? Hant Hallman?
Hant Hallman.
That sounds like a fucking, like a detective character.
It sounds like some shit we would call Fat Boy.
Hant Hallman? Hant Hallman. Yes.
The Wenus. So, it's spelled W-E-N-E-S.
The Weenus?
Weenus.
The Weenus?
Chishan Weenus sect. Did you ask about the talismans and the weens?
The weens? It's good to me.
Oh, it's really good.
That's an interesting little Hungarian moment.
Aunt Hallman.
Absolutely.
Okay, so this next one is from Vietnamese, and now this is interesting. So this is from a thing that was posted on AO3, but it's like a bunch of meta about the places and characters and stuff in Modao. And this is from a bit about Meishan. And they actually had a part in this that talked about how I guess Meishan is both, like, a big Taoism place. And it's also famous for having, like, purple soil.
Alright.
Which is really cool. But anyway, here's some goofiness about Madame Yu.
Cool. It seems that Madame has been associated with purple since before marrying Zhang Jia. Gia?
Yeah.
The name Nutu Dian, nicknamed Tu Trichu, comes from two color of the ground, TU, uses electronic. Does this make me wonder if electronic is an heirloom of the new family, or was made specifically for the lady?
Question mark, space 2, exclamation points. Your whole body's
God.
shaking when you
The
say
lady?
electronic.
Just, she uses electronic.
Yeah,
I mean-
this is my cool whip. It's called
My whip is called electronic.
electronic. That does make me think, though. I do gotta wonder if electronic is an heirloom of the No family.
Electronic might be an heirloom of the new family.
That'd be pretty fucking cool, to be honest.
Sorry about it.
Sorry about it.
Electronic is an heirloom.
Yeah.
Uh,
And then this last one, this last one's from Russian. In this fic, Jiang Cheng and Wei Wuxian are being Cloud Recess's study time boys, and they're on their way back in from sneaking out and drinking one night.
oh god. Let's go back, Jiang Cheng agreed. Hedgehog chilly and pulling his pants back. Oh. Sorry, that was part. I didn't want to continue the night's squeege either, especially since the wine was still over. I wonder if you say Lan Wangji is wandering nearby in search of a victim, they'll disperse?
The night squeege!
The night's squeege. Is that what we're calling a nice little drinky time now?
I guess.
Hey man, you want to go out for a squeege tonight?
A squeege! Just a squeege
fuck?
with the lads.
Just a little squeege. Just a little squeegee.
A squeege?
Just a squeege for you, yeah.
How is squeege?
How did squeege get translated into squeege? Squeege is not a word in English, and
Squeege.
yet,
Boys be squeeging.
voice be squeeging. You know what it is.
Now, I thought hedgehog chili was just some gibberish at first, but then I put it together and I was like, you know what? That does make sense.
His pippy. His pippy is cold.
I mean, he is pulling his
He's
pants
pulling
back.
his pants back. His pippy cold.
Hip-hip-pickle.
My little hedgehog.
My little... Ugh.
My hedgehog.
I don't...
That's see, okay. Because you know how sometimes people call their weenies hogs?
Oh.
If your weenie is small, it's a hedgehog.
Poor Jiang Cheng. He
Small
doesn't
and prickly.
deserve this.
It's a small weenie. It's one of those weenies that like grows hair on the shaft, so he has to shave it so it's all prickly. It's his hedgehog. I'm full of gems tonight. Sorry about it. She's making the worst, most pained face.
He deserves... After everything he's been through.
I'm sure his penis is a fine size.
I'm sure his dick is fine.
I'm sure his penis is fine and normal.
It's fine and
Sorry for slandering Jiang Cheng's penis live on air.
No, you're not.
I'm not. That's the thing about it. Not my hog.
Take that hedgehog out for a squeege.
Not my...
You call it a hedgehog.
Oh, I hate it.
You call it a hedgehog when it's barbed. Anyway, do you want to
It's
go to
what?
barbed?
Ooh.
Do you want to go to
Yeah,
questions?
'cause- Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I really want to move to questions. I don't want to talk about Jiang Cheng's weird barbed cat penis anymore.
I don't like it.
I don't like
This
it.
is bad.
I don't
Anyway,
like it.
if for whatever reason you're still listening to this and you have questions for us, you can send them to cloudrecessespod.tumblr.com/ask or via Twitter at cloudrecesspod. Just the one pod.
Just a single one.
Or just the one recess, I mean. I said the correct thing.
Yeah.
I had this up a second ago. Where did it go? Oh yeah, I had to look up Funny Trapped.
Funny Trapped.
Funny Trapped. So we're gonna go to Twitter first.
All right.
Two-parter, first off.
Two-parter from our friend Caroline at the show.
At the show.
At Dink_Costanza asks, this chapter hurted.
Hurted.
So, for a breath of fresh sea air, what do y'all think the divorce boat would be like in a cooler or happier world? What would it be named? What are the vibes? Etc. I'm just having a great time imagining him taking da boys out for a fishing trip with Sailing by Christopher Cross playing in the BG. We went to the same high school, so I'm bound by law to represent. Also, do you think Zhang Fengmian would be a parrot head? All of the above.
Yeah. Here's
my thing. Here's what I think the divorce boat is like, okay? It's my rich reclusive uncle's boat, which is called, it's either the Smiling Buddha or the Happy Buddha. My uncle is a rich white man. Just to clarify, he only wears Hawaiian shirts.
Oh boy.
Aloha shirts, excuse me. The boat that he has, it's a decently sized yacht. It's a little bit older. He's had it for a while. He takes very good care of it. And one time we went out on the yacht, me and a couple other family members, and the only CD on the yacht that we listened to the whole time through was Jimmy Buffett's Greatest Hits.
Of course.
Of course.
You're legally not allowed to listen to anything else when you're on a boat.
So my assumption is that Zhang Fengmian is my Uncle Chris, except he actually has clearance to call his boat the Smiling Buddha.
Yeah. And he absolutely is a parrot head. He has a parrot head license plate.
Yes, he does.
On his Land car.
On his Land Rover.
His Land Rover.
Yeah, so divorce boat.
Yeah.
I don't think it's the biggest or the fanciest boat, but it's still a fucking yacht.
Yeah. It's a boat you get when you're an affluent divorced man.
Yes, absolutely. And he does. He takes the kids out on sales sometimes when he gets them on the weekends. And they think he's really, really cool until they get a little bit older and they realize that, yeah, he's kind of a weirdo, kind of a deadbeat, little strange, but it's fine because he's got a boat. So that's my opinion.
Yeah. Somebody's got to pay tuition.
Our next question is from friend of the show at Ask Jovery, our friend Jove. They ask, to try and balance out this deeply normal and chill chapter, a light cue. What demons, a la his Dark Materials, do you think the relevant folks in this, again, deeply normal chapter would have? Have we answered this before?
We have answered this before, but not for all of the characters in these relevant chapters. We've definitely done it for Wei Ying and Jiang Cheng. Because they're boys of the show. So I think, why don't we... I mean, obviously, Mom and Dad.
Yeah, Mom and Dad. What would Madame Yu's be? I think Madame Yu would have, like a... The white weasels. Those are stoats, right? Or a mink?
Ermine.
She would have an ermine.
I like that. Yeah, see, I was picturing something long as well.
Yeah, an ermine, or you could just do a snake.
Could just do a snake.
But I like ermine better. It's more elegant.
Yeah.
Zhang Fengmian would have a little dog.
A little
yappy dog.
A little dog.
He'd have a little,
like a Shih Tzu.
Like a Shih Tzu, yeah. A real little shitty one.
A shitty zoo.
A shitty zoo.
Shih Tzu.
Shih Tzu.
Fucking Christ.
Either that or I don't know, it's supposed to be like a reflection of your soul or whatever, so
Yeah, what animal is a reflection of Zhang Fengmian's soul?
I don't know, a bear? He's just vibing.
He is just vibing.
A bear would work.
A bear would work. What's something that's like...
A sloth.
I could see a sloth.
Just hanging off of him.
Oh my god.
Chilling.
Just vibing. Just fucking vibing, dude.
I actually really like that.
I like it a lot.
I'd go with a sloth for him.
A sleuth.
Wen Chao's is definitely like not even an impressive snake, it's like a garter snake. Wang Ning Jiao,
What's like a really, like a cockatiel or something.
oh my god, yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like
no,
a-
that's totally it.
Like a really shitty bastard cockatiel.
Yeah, a
who, like,
bastard bird.
Yeah, who knows exactly his place in the family and, like, shits everywhere.
Yep,
Yep.
absolutely.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. Flunking.
Yeah, that's a thought for me.
That's what I'm thinking.
I think that's accurate.
It's good.
So,
We gonna go
moving
to
on to Tome Lore?
Tumblr? We have a lot on
Jesus,
Tumblr.
fuck, we might have to split that one up. It's getting a
We
little
might.
late.
Yeah. Yeah, we're recording. It's 12:54 a.m. when we're recording this. But,
Either that or...
so we're gonna save a few of these for next week because we have a lot on
Yeah,
Tumblr.
we have a decent amount of them this week, or I should say this month.
Yeah.
So our first question comes from Heir to Athens.
What the fuck is up?
Heir to Athens asks, if you could save one character from dying in this story, who do you think would have done the most damage control if they were still alive? My money is on Sangta Sanren. Clean things up from the very beginning, but Jin Zixuan or Zhang Yanli are probably good bets too. I would agree.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely agree on Sangta Sanren. I think that would probably be the best bet.
Yeah. all in
Because
all.
I think that if Wei Wuxian had a mom figure in his life, if Sangsa Sanren was still around to tell Zhang Fengmian to maybe fuck off,
to maybe take care of his own damn family.
to maybe take care of his own damn family, if Wei Wuxian had a mom,
Yeah.
I don't think that, fuck, because here's the thing. If he had a mom, would he still have gone into demonic cultivation?
That's the thing.
If he had had parents, like, just like a normal life.
He
like,
turned out a lot different.
Because the Wens would still attack. He might still end up losing his golden core somehow
Mm-hmm.
and have to turn to Democo. But altogether, I think that Sangsa Sanren would probably have the most effect. I would definitely also say maybe Zhang Yanli.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna put my vote in just the. It's really hard. Like if it came down to like me having to choose between Jiang Yanli and Jin Zixuan, I would have a really hard time because on the one hand, Jiang Yanli, if she hadn't died, that was kind of what finally sent Wei Ying over the edge.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, if Jin Zixuan had lived,
We wouldn't have the jiggy problem.
we wouldn't have the problem of Jiggy.
The problem of the jigster.
The problem of Jiggy parentheses crimes.
His crimes are an issue.
Now, probably we would have had Jiggy crimes manifest in a different way.
Just not chief cultivator crimes.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But if we had gotten sect leader Jin Zixuan, it would have been so good, dude.
My body wants to say the character that would have had the greatest effect if they had stayed alive would be Nie Mingtui, because I love Nie Mingtui, but like,
Yeah.
that would have been cool.
It would have been really good.
That would have been cool, but he definitely had to die.
Huaisang would have been able to be somebody's trophy wife.
Instead of having to do all this shit.
Right?
God damn. Baby.
Huaisang woke up and said, my goal in life is to be somebody's spoiled ass trophy wife, and I have nothing but respect for that.
God, I wish that were me. God, I wish that were Huaisong.
Yeah.
Jesus, fuck. Alright, next question is from PR the Disaster, friend of the show. PR the Disaster says, this is in kind of in running with the another question previously. What are the features of a divorce boat? Special furniture, try hard paint job, spicy name that is a jab at the ex.
God.
Racy posters, musical instruments from a middle-aged crisis field attempt at starting a band. I can't even imagine a race car bed because it would drive back and forth in the bedroom while the boat rocks.
I sleep in a racing car.
As far as I know, the other mean of transportation in Moto is the flying sword, so would a race car bed be shaped like a really cool JRPG sword?
It goddamn better be. Oh my lord.
He's got just a big old replica of Cloud's strife sword with a mattress on it.
Oh my god.
Oh, that fucking rules. As far as special furniture goes...
I mean, there's the Cloud Strife sword bed.
There's a Cloud Strife sword bed.
This bitch has beanbag chairs and you know it.
I feel like the yacht probably has a wine cellar.
Yeah. Oh my god, do you know what this bitch has?
Yeah.
This bitch got a waterbed.
He got a waterbed. Listen, he's got a waterbed in the master, okay? And then there's a second cabin. And it's the Cloud Strife bed.
Yeah.
He's got it set up for everybody. The racy posters are, I feel like the only racy posters that would suit Zhang Fengmian are like Grandpa Harley style blue women.
God.
You know, where they're like completely washed out by time, but he's still got them up. He just likes the blue ladies.
Oh my god. He definitely has a bunch of instruments from his midlife crisis band attempt.
Yes. He has a really bad drum set. He's got a xylophone for some reason.
He's got an acoustic guitar, and when he brings it out, that's when everybody is the most embarrassed.
Yeah, he's got a Moog, too. Just spending unnecessary amounts of money on things he think will make him happy.
Anytime he sees a piano listed on Craigslist under the free section, he goes and gets it.
He does. He has a banana collection now.
I'm gonna put my banana.
My banana collection.
My bananas. I want to play the banana.
Oh, it would drive back and forth.
God,
I'm sorry.
dude.
Holy shit.
That's so good. Oh, it's so good. It's really good.
Okay. I know, okay. Last question for today. It's gonna be from Anonymous. Fucking God. It's from Anonymous. Anonymous says, if you could spend one day with a character of your choice, either from Modao or Scum Villain, who would they be and what would you do? I
am logging directly into my account and making some funny-ass fucking posts with Nia Huaisong.
Yeah, Nia Huaisong would be Post's queen.
That's what I'm doing.
Shit.
I'm setting her up with an account. That's what's happening.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be really, really easy. I really want to spend the day with Wei Wuxian.
Who wouldn't?
I love him so much.
He's a good boy.
He'd be such a riot. I would probably get arrested, but like, it'd be worth it.
You gotta have a lot of social energy going into that.
Yeah, okay, that, or like less social energy, I would probably go for Liao Mingyan, because I feel like we'd have a lot to talk about.
Be gay. Right gay. What more do you need?
Be beautiful.
Be beautiful.
I mean, I'm sorry that I'm
sorry.
Literally the most beautiful person anybody has ever seen. It's not my fucking fault.
I'm sorry I have a juicy pussy.
I'm sorry my ass is fat, my pussy is juicy, and my face is flawless. There's nothing I can do about it. Stop discriminating against me for having a fat, juicy pussy. Sorry, that's fucking disgusting.
We've said infinitely worse things.
Yeah, we have. Yeah, we have. So we're gonna cap it there.
Yeah, speaking of disgusting,
we've gotten 2 hours of content out of this, and I feel like that's decent.
Yeah, speaking of disgusting things, let's clean it up.
Yeah, let's clean the little sweepy.
Folks, our Patreon is back. We are back in business. We have revamped it. Patreon.com/podrecesses. Check out everything we're offering in the new year.
And we're offering a lot of stuff, okay?
You're about to get slammed For $1 a month, you get the special disciple role in our Discord, and you get access to all of our bonus content, including She's in Good iPad, where we read Scumvillain, plus, coming soon, Untamed Riff Tracks, which we will do twice a month. We will watch it and make funny goofs as we go.
And
Or
our newest endeavor, hashtag bless up, where the two of us, plus friend of the show Colin, at Pagetish, will watch and discuss the brand new TGCF Dogma!
Yes!
Yay! $1 American gets you all of that.
a single American dollars.
$1, but you know what? We got more for you, baby.
We got even more.
We got more for you.
If you want to throw $5 of treats in our mouths per month, you get the sect leader role in our Discord, plus you get bonus content access, and you get a thank you shout out on the episodes. And get this, you get a Comrade NMJ mini print of your choice. Whatever thing you want him to be yelling at you, you get it.
That's it. And last but not least, for $10 a month, 10 treats.
10 treats.
You can become a chief cultivator of the show.
That's your Discord role.
It is your Discord role. And you get all the stuff we just talked about. And a full-sized Pod Recesses Wall of 3,000 Takes poster.
The Law of Pod Recesses facts.
The Law of Pod Recesses facts. So, with that, thank you to our $5 sect leaders, Lenny W., Carrie, Lena, Rachel W., Audrey F., Elvier, name redacted, and 420 sect leader Sarah. Thank you for your continued support.
And a big ol' thank you to $10 chief cultivators of the show, Scout, Colin, Stefaniku, Air to Athens, Caroline, Jay, and Jenna. Thank you so fucking much.
Y'all are so cool. Thank you so much.
I never imagined. I was like amazed that we got to a 2-digit number of donations that started with 1.
I know, that's insane. And I'll let you know.
We're at $101 per month.
$101, y'all. What the fuck? And I will tell you, we have a little treat.
We have a little treat.
A little goal treat. If we reach, we're setting our goal at $125 a month currently. And if we reach that goal, every single one of our patrons will be getting a Correct Takes enamel fan pin.
It will be so fucking good.
It's gonna be gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
It's a little treat for you for supporting us and being so kind and one of the best and awesomest, at least Discord channels around.
Hell yeah.
Y'all are doing it, and it really rules.
You all are out here doing it, and you know who else is out here doing it?
Noisepace.xyz is out here doing it, bro.
Our podcast network, Noisepace.xyz, thank you for hosting us. Thank you, Sec Leader Matt, for letting us be a part of the Noisepace family of products of networks. Head on over to Noisepace.xyz, where you can check out some extremely fucking good podcasts, such as Kyle X Why?
Wow, cool robot.
Special Grade Snacks?
We got freaking Kamurocho Radio, which is a Yakuza?
Yakuza? We got the Last D&D podcast. We got City Girls Make Do. We got the Island Shuffle. We got Henry Kissinger's Pokemon Going to Die. We got
everything. We got Elemental P.
We got Slappers Only. We got My Pod Cabbages. We got The Stick. We got Live Free to
Okay,
Hard.
we're just gonna read through all of them, huh?
There's a lot of them. They're really good.
There's a lot of podcasts. Every podcast is different, unique, and stars a very funny person.
What more do you want? There's something for
There's
everybody.
not a single podcast on the Noise Space roster that isn't funny.
They stay
That's
winning.
the problem. They stay winning. I'm sorry that every single person in this community is a freaking laugh riot.
I'm sorry that my podcast network's pussy is juicy. Once again, I'm Roy. You can find me on Twitter at _Benui_, and also at Yelling Hypebeast, which is my Mode Outside blog. You can also check out my other podcast, which is Nana Roy's Nightmare and Nara, where every other weekend a guest and I read some creepypasta. This past weekend we read Dead Bart. I also do live streams on off weekends, and I have a tiny little website set up if you want to check out my art and my commission shit and my projects. That is at royhub.card.co.
It's the Roy Hub.
The Roy Hub.
And I am Fallon. You can find me on Twitter at America's Burden. I don't got too much going on.
That's the Foul Hub.
That's the Foul Hub.
That's the Bear Hub.
Come watch me holler about anime girls. I'm on private right now, but you can send a follow request. It's fine.
Yeah, it's bears. That's what bears do. Yeah. Bears. And you can find Pod Recesses, the us of the us, at cloudrecessespod.tumblr.com and on twitter.com/cloudrecesses. Cloud Recess, you get one pod. Cloud Recess Pod. We're on all the podcast apps. We're on the websites. Like, rate, comment, subscribe. Somebody gave us a 2-star rating on iTunes, but didn't give us an actual review, which is hilarious to me.
They're probably anti.
Yeah. I will never apologize for my takes, know this.
I will never apologize for being correct. Like, they were probably just salty that they found out through our podcast. They had to find out through our podcast that Huaisong is actually, like, legally and canonically a trans girl. Like, I'm sorry that you had to learn about it this way. I'm sorry that we're such close friends with MXTX that she just tells us this shit, but...
Sorry about it.
Baby, I'm sorry!
Also, if you're over 18, you can come join our Discord. It's fun. The link is in the description.
Yeah.
I'm going to invest in some Jackbox games. We're going to do some Jackbox games at some point.
We're going to do a little Jackbox game.
Cloud Recesses Pod Recesses exclusive. But
little group little game.
You know what we say at the end of every episode, Ray?
We say Semper Bunny.
We say Semper Bunny. We say you are all my nephews now.
And we say Devil has been solved.
Devil has been solved. Semper Bunui.
Semper Bunui, y'all.
Bye.